Right, so I am finally here with my Miele Titan canister. I do have, just to start out, I do have the smaller power brush that originally came with it. Um, I did not buy this machine new. Had I known, um, well, no, let me start again. I didn't buy this machine new, but years ago when I was looking into buying a Miele, I did go to the vacuum store that I actually went to go and purchase this power head at, but they had this specific machine on sale at the time. I remember him telling me that the um, what is it called? The Delphi and the Titan were both on sale. I know some people call it the Delphi. It isn't called the Delphi. I guess you can kind of pronounce it either way you want. But if you watch like Hercules or even Percy Jackson, any of those movies that deal with the Greek mythology, they don't call it the Delphi, or I mean the Delphi. They call it the Delphi. So, at least from the ones that I've seen. But all of the classic C1 series, I believe they were called the S1, now they're called the C1. Because back, if you can remember, there's the S7, and there was also the S8, which is now the C3 models. So they pretty much simplified all their models into three basic categories in terms of canisters. You've got your C1, which is your classic series, your C2, which I believe is their compact series, and they also have the C3, which is their full size. So this total pack up right here that you see in front of you, the machine and this power nozzle all together would run you around $800. Because the Titan has a retail price for just under $500 by a couple pennies. And then the power nozzle, the guy told me that in stores, the power nozzle retails for $279, and I said, well, then I'm just not even going to bother picking it up. I'll wait the 2 days. And he's like, well, you got to pay shipping, right? I said, no, it's Amazon Prime. So he price matched it for me, but I didn't realize I probably could have saved myself tax if I had just waited the extra 2 days. I'm not going to blubber about it, but it makes sense now. I probably should have just ordered it online because I wouldn't have had to pay like however much in tax. Alexa, what is 260 times 0.07?
260 multiplied by 0.07 is 18.2.
So almost $20 in tax. Sorry, I don't know the immediate math off the top of my head. But, so that's pretty expensive. I mean, that is shipping cost alone. Though, again, it would have been Amazon Prime. Now, overall, though, when I first got this, I need to change the belt, and I want to put a new brush roll on the smaller power head. But overall, with that being said, I've only been able to use the canister itself before I've been able to actually get a full-size power nozzle, because the power nozzles are expensive. And anytime I've ever gotten close to buying one, I've always been like, $260, $270, because sometimes it's $269.99. The guy told me in store it's $279.99. So I guess either way you slice it, whether it's on sale or not on Amazon, by $10 compared to retail value, it's still pretty expensive. But I think that is new vacuum cleaner altogether price, rather than buying a component to an existing vacuum that I already have. But then I thought to myself, it kind of is buying a whole nother vacuum, because now I'll actually be able to vacuum carpets with it. The brush roll on the little power head that this came with is like $50, $60 or more. I think I've even found it for $80. I think that's a little expensive. And additionally, a belt, and I believe that's the only Miele power head that you actually have quick access to. So I've been keeping my eyes peeled for one on eBay if I can find it in good shape. But again, the material that they make these power heads out of is so soft and easy to mar and scratch up that it really irks me, because I'm like, I don't want to ruin my new power nozzles or even pay all that money. But I learned that you just can't find one of these 236 power nozzles in good shape, it, or even find one for sale altogether. So one thing that I wanted to talk about with these models, I was under the impression, which I still kind of am, that you're better off buying a lightly used model that will accept a power nozzle and make sure that it comes with a power hose too, and buying a power nozzle even new to go with it. And obviously you want the wand, but the wand I believe is like $110, $120. The hose is about $130. So when you add all that up, if you got the machine for $120, then the hose for $120, then the handle for $120, or the wand, there you go. You're already talking $360 plus another $260 for the power nozzle. Well, that's over $600 right there. You might as well just buy a new Miele. You're just not going to get that power head right there. But now for that $599 price, you can get the C2, which I don't know if it takes a different style bag. I feel like it does, but it might not. This one takes GN bags. But the new Miele's, I think they might also take, or the new C2 Electro Plus might also take a C2 or a GN bag. They use the same wand, they use the same hose, just the body of the machine is different. It's a little bit larger. They may even phase out the Titan and the Delphi altogether, even though I have been seeing them do a cat and dog of the Miele Olympus color, which is white, and the Electro Plus power nozzle. But I think that's like $699, which to me is stupid. You might as well get the C2 and upgrade to the mid-range power nozzle, which is still a full size. You're just not getting the headlights. And somebody had commented and said that this one is intended for thick pile carpet, which that's not necessarily true. You can vacuum thick pile carpet with it, but I believe the Electro Plus comes with 5 or 6 height adjustments, or it comes with 6, and it also is a little louder. It's not as quiet as the premium, and you don't get headlights, which to me is important. I also like the build of this one. It's more streamlined. It's lower profile because it doesn't have those big old dragon ears sticking up on the top of it. And had I been able to buy an aftermarket like Wesselwerk power nozzle that has the headlight, because for some reason Miele's are the ones that don't come with headlights on that Electro Plus power head, I would have bought one, because actually the Miele one is more expensive and you get less features with it. But somebody had said that I needed to change the whole neck and everything on it for it to fit with the Miele. But anyway, back on task. What I wanted to be able to tell people is that you're better off buying this Miele and buying the better power nozzle with it, because you're getting a 1200 watt Vortex motor in it. You're getting the same variable speeds, but you're not getting an automatic setting. And the only way you can get fingertip controls is if you buy the Home Care, which I believe is a little more expensive, or maybe the same price as the Brilliant, and all you get is a longer warranty. It's a red color like this, though I prefer that bronze color, or the brown, or whatever they call it. And I like the parking lights on it, and I like the overall look of it. To me, it looks more premium than the C3 Home Care, because they also make a C3 entry-level machine that's also red, that doesn't take power hoses at all. It doesn't have the hookup for it. But The way that Miele has done this is, if you buy this machine new and you buy the power nozzle, like I said, you're already spending $800. So you might as well just bump yourself into the C3. You're not saving anything. You're in the C3, you're getting into that price range where they're coming with power hoses and power nozzles, and they're still full size. You're just not getting the LEDs. The benefit, though, of having the C3 is you get the onboard tool storage that isn't clipped onto the hose, which I do have mine, but I just don't keep it on there. It also takes bigger bags. You also have electronic controls rather than a dial control, which I believe the dial is still technically electronic. It's just a dial, not buttons. So that's really the only difference. You're getting the same power. You're still getting the same cleaning performance. You also don't get a sealed system. The HEPA filter is sealed, but the bag door does not seal to the body of the machine on this, though I don't hear or see any dirt escaping from it. But that was one of the things that I noticed, and the salesman, when I went to look at these a long time ago, had told me as well. And I think that he said the main difference between the Delphi and this was you don't get a HEPA filter. You can add one on, but you don't get one with the Delphi, but you do get one with the Titan. So I guess I should probably put some stuff down because I've been talking so much, but that's because I've had this machine for a while. I've been experiencing quite a things with it, positive things, and I will get to those once I actually get a chance to do something like a versus video. But I also wanted to show you this. This is a nail file. Right after I got this power nozzle home, after I did my unboxing video, I put it to work. I was running it for 20 seconds and I ran this over. It stopped the brush, but it was wedged in there so bad I thought I was going to have to drive my hour trip back just to get it unwedged, and I was so mad. I'm not going to put any dirt or anything down because I'm already at just under 13 seconds. So I'm just going to use it really quick, and ooh, I don't want it to fall over. I guess I'll just use it. Now there is a recline on this machine, and I always have mine set to the first height setting, and I always vacuum on max. So I put oil on these wheels, which this is the only part that disappoints me about this. I don't know if you could hear it in the video or not. You can see it does a really good job grooming the carpet. But I put oil, like some WD-40, on the wheels. They don't make any noises, but when I'm vacuuming, the power nozzle like bites down right on the carpet. It just clenches right down. And the wheels just make this rubbing sound when I'm vacuuming. They run smooth except for when the power nozzle's on. And I don't know if it's because the power nozzle's pushing down on the wheels, but I put a little bit of oil on it. It might need more, must be. I think that's kind of crummy considering it's a brand new out-of-the-box power nozzle that I went and bought from a dealer, and I don't want to go up there and have them take it apart because if I were a vacuum cleaner repair person, maybe this isn't time-consuming, or maybe it's not time-oriented or whatever, or efficient, but I would be gentle, and I wouldn't want to beat up people's vacuums and throw them around, especially if they were new and just bought them. So, but I gotta cut the video. Thank you for watching. Drop a comment, and there's gonna be more to come on this as well.